Men and women are not created equal. We're not. This statement comes from a place of absolute truth. I am full-blown menopause and about half pissed off about it. So I've been on a tangent about how men and women are not created equal since my blood work revealed last month that my body was no longer producing estrogen. Now, if you're a woman and you're watching this, no matter what age you are, please don't stop scrolling. You're going to learn a lot about menopause. And if you're a man, I really wish you would watch too, because you are going to be impacted by menopause at some point, if you aren't already, because all men are connected to women in some way. I mean, men need to be educated about what really happens to us because of hormonal changes. And if your female partner is in her 40s or her 50s and she's changed, it's more than likely menopause related. And to be totally honest, the changes are rarely good changes. However, an awareness of this will strengthen your relationship. And while I'm still talking to the men, stepping outside of your relationship with a younger woman won't solve a damn thing, because that younger woman, she's going to go through menopause too. Okay, the more I talk to women about menopause, I realize that women aren't educated about it either. I wasn't. And I think it's because no one wants to talk about this. Women have been shamed for decades because of menopause, which is inevitable. Like, none of us are outrunning it, no matter what our egos tell us. I'm 47 and in the thick of menopause. And I thought I had more time because I was misinformed. I thought that menopause was for women who were way older than me. No. Most women start the process in their 40s. And hearing about menopause is one thing. Experiencing it is another. And my menopausal experience has made me realize something. We're not created equal. Men and women are not created equal. I really wish that people would stop referring to that ridiculous statement that was written in the Declaration of Independence, a document that a group of men were responsible for creating in 1776. Anatomy matters, and hormones hadn't even been discovered when that document was created. Hormones weren't even discovered until 1906. Anyway, before menopause, I always thought that we were created equal, but I wasn't as wise as I am now. Wisdom comes with menopause, and that's the one good thing I've experienced so far. Again, anatomy matters. Women got the shaft on this deal. Hormones affect women through every stage of life. Puberty, remember how you felt during puberty? That was a shit show. Menstruation, another shit show. And if you choose to give birth to a child, well, there's pregnancy. There's nothing easy about that. Then, menopause. Let me tell you what menopause feels like. Dr. Mary Claire Haver is a menopause expert, and thank goodness I found her. She's tagged in this video, and here's her website. Her description of menopause hit me like a ton of bricks. She said, it's as though someone shows up in the middle of the night and steals you. You wake up one morning and you don't feel like yourself. You don't know who you are. That's exactly what menopause felt like for me, especially before I realized what was happening. So the physical side effects were more prevalent with perimenopause, which is the stage when you're still cycling, but the mental side effects have been way more profound with menopause. And in case you don't know, menopause is determined by two things. You haven't had a period in 12 months, and your body has stopped producing estrogen. So I started estrogen about 1 month ago, and it's given me my life back. Oh my God, it really is. But before the estrogen, my symptoms were pretty rowdy. I started hormone replacement therapy in 2021, but my body was still producing estrogen then, so I was only taking progesterone and testosterone. Now, since I go to a hormone replacement therapy doctor, I have my blood work drawn about once every 3 months. So when my body stopped producing estrogen, I caught that quickly and I addressed it like that. Perimenopause was rough, but when your body stops producing estrogen, oh my God. My hair started thinning and it became like really coarse and dry. Now it's bouncing back, and I'll tell you that this Jamaican black castor oil, oh my goodness, it has helped tremendously. And I linked it below in case you want to purchase it. I love it. I also had bouts of wicked insomnia, which is a textbook symptom for all stages of menopause. And when I would wake up in the mornings, I had this nagging joint pain in my hips. And then the brain fog. The brain fog was probably the worst symptom, but I'm going to say this as gently as I can. With all of this going on, just really, I just forget about feeling sexy. Just God. Like, this is why men need to educate themselves, because a lot of married couples, they go through divorce during the stages of menopause. And many of them have no idea why their marriages fell apart. Well, here's why. If there's no awareness of the wife being in menopause, the husband's ego, it's going to take an enormous hit. Not to mention the hit our self-esteem takes from menopause. And I have clearly communicated everything with my husband throughout this entire process, and we got ahead of it before it got ahead of us. Men go through puberty. That's it. That's the only real hormonal change they experience. One time in their lives. That's it. There are health issues and lifestyle habits that cause testosterone levels to drop. But for the most part, healthy men experience one hormonal change. Their sex drives are in fifth gear most of their lives, and that's not the case with women. There's no way that men can empathize with this. It would be like me trying to empathize with a snake. That's how opposite men and women are when it comes to hormones. Dr. Mary Claire Haver, whom I mentioned a few minutes ago, said that menopause for a man is equivalent to his testicles suddenly shriveling up and falling off. For all the men out there, think about how devastating that would be. You wake up one morning, no balls. Maybe this will help you step into our shoes. Menopause is inevitable. I read somewhere that women are affected by menopause for 40% of their lifespan, in addition to all the other hormonal changes that we go through. Now let me name all of the symptoms of menopause, and you tell me if you think that men and women are created equal. Muscle tension, headaches, electric shock sensations, difficulty concentrating, irritability, weight gain, thinning hair, vaginal dryness, sleep disturbance, brittle nails, joint pain, changes in taste, dizzy spells, hot flashes, depression, bloating, anxiety, allergies, night sweats, mood changes, burning mouth, panic disorder, decreased libido, irregular periods, breast soreness, irregular heartbeat, panic disorder, fatigue, body odor, memory lapses, stress incontinence, tingling extremities, osteoporosis, itchiness, and digestive changes. I think I just named like 34 symptoms, and I've had about 20 of them. And I must tell you about one of them. Anxiety. Man, anxiety feels different in menopause. It's unlike the anxiety I felt in the past. The best way I can describe it is an icky feeling that won't go away. Now, before I started estrogen, I would wake up and just feel as though something was wrong, but nothing was wrong. And I just couldn't shake that feeling. And now that I feel so much better and that feeling has subsided, I can gauge the differences between past anxiety and menopausal anxiety, and there is a difference. Menopause isn't just mood swings and hot flashes. For some reason, those are the only symptoms people talk about. Those are totally cliche. Those aren't even the most prevalent symptoms. Menopause does a number on our brains. You must know this. And although it isn't a mental health issue, it heavily affects our mental health. Men do not go through this. It's not their fault. I don't resent them because they don't, but I do face facts. And the facts are, we are not created equal. Men are at an unbelievable advantage because they don't have to go through this. So if you have a good man and you're in a stable, healthy relationship and he wants to take care of you, let him do it. Hormonally, you've paid your dues, or you are paying your dues. You have nothing to prove here, and there's no reason to tough this out. Make this stage in your life as easy as possible. And don't buy into this independent woman shit, or what you think you should do, or what society says that you should do. Being independent is critically important. There's no doubt about that. But don't be so independent that you shoot yourself in the foot. Now, the great news is, God gave us free will, and our free will makes us infinite choice makers. So we can choose what we want at any given moment in time. And during this monumental transition, I choose to treat myself as kind and as fairly and as good as humanly possible. I choose to tap into every resource I have and use it to keep getting stronger. I choose to exercise, take the right supplements, go to cryotherapy 4 times weekly, operate with mindful awareness, continue my hormone replacement therapy, meditate twice daily, guard my energy, say no when I want to, drink tons of water, eat an Ayurvedic diet at least 80% of the time, practice Qigong. If you're curious about Qigong, check out Joe Drummer Boy, he's tagged. And I will continue to use castor oil on my hair and do what's right for me through prioritizing self-care. And guess what? Taking care of myself benefits my husband. It strengthens my marriage because every self-care practice alleviates menopausal symptoms. Now, although I can't override nature on this one, I do have power and control over my health, and you do too. Menopause is here, but I'm still in control. Now, I plan to continue sharing information and my experiences with menopause while I'm on this journey because I'm in the business of helping people live better lives.